Yo, what's up everyone? OJ here. Welcome back to another Switch news. Today we have some of the more hidden announcements of the Nintendo Direct, or stuff that came out right after the Nintendo Direct that was picked up by various different sources here. So I think this is going to be pretty cool to go over some of this information. So let's go ahead and get right into it. And we're starting off with Astral Chain, the brand new IP from Platinum Games, Hideki Kamiya, and the Nier Automata developer. That is coming out on August 30th worldwide. And guess what, guys? There is actually a collector's edition of this game that was announced and confirmed for Japan. In this collector's edition, you're going to be able to get a sound selection CD in addition to a art book. So they haven't detailed exactly how detailed these things will be, how many tracks it's going to be, or even if it's coming over to the US. But that's one of the cool things that was announced in Japan with that collector's edition, and hopefully we get it here in the US as well. Because one, I love collector's edition because I already purchased the Fire Emblem Three Houses collector's edition because that looks dope, and I would love to have an Astral Chain collector's edition as well because this game is looking better and better every time that I rewatch the trailer. How many times have you guys just rewatched this trailer? It looks so good, so I'm really excited to see Astral Chain, the game itself, but hopefully this collector's edition gets announced for the West as well. We have seen in the past though sometimes the collector's editions for Platinum Games titles don't make it over all the way to the West, or they're kind of like limited prints in like Europe and things like that. So let's just hope everything goes down well with the game when it comes to the collector's edition. But in terms of the game itself, it's looking absolutely amazing. If you guys haven't seen my top 5 from earlier this morning, make sure you guys check out my top 5 video where I talk about Astral Chain and why I was so excited about it. But yes, obviously Hideki Kamiya, Platinum Games, you know I'm going to be excited about this type of title, and hopefully we get that collector's edition as well because it's looking kind of basic, right? Not a lot of stuff in there, but still something that I think that US and Western fans would like to have as well. So what do you guys think about Astral Chain getting the collector's edition in Japan? Would you guys like to see it released worldwide? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, and moving on to the next bit of news here. Did you guys know that Koei Tecmo actually helped co-develop Fire Emblem Three Houses on the Nintendo Switch? Yeah, that's some information that came out after the Direct, that Koei Tecmo, the developers behind Fire Emblem Warriors, the Dynasty Warriors series, helped out greatly with Fire Emblem Three Houses, and that's actually pretty cool. Intelligent Systems had to delay the game for 1 year, and I think I know why the game was delayed for 1 year. Look at the type of content that they're doing in this game. Look at the special edition that they're offering there. Look at the amount of cartridges that they're probably going to have to produce for the quality of this game. This is going to be the best selling Fire Emblem game ever, easily. I think it's going to outsell Fire Emblem Awakening and outsell Fire Emblem Fates within like a week or so. I think it could even do it in its opening week of sales, just because all of the portable fans who love Fire Emblem, all of the home console fans who love Fire Emblem are coming together on the Nintendo Switch to pick up this game here. The gameplay looks absolutely phenomenal, and yeah, it does seem like they're definitely going to need some help for their first real HD title on this one, and I'm not surprised that Koei Tecmo, a developer who loves the Fire Emblem franchise, is helping out with this one. I think that their work with Fire Emblem Warriors really just solidified that this team is ready to help out and work on the franchise themselves, and they have to work together in order to get this quality and this style of game out, and they even had to delay it a little bit more from what they wanted to have it in the spring. But to me, take the time that you guys need. Looking at the game itself, having all the 3 different paths, having the male and female character, having all the different stuff that you can do in this game is 100% worth the wait. It is looking absolutely phenomenal. So I cannot wait to get my hands on this game. I think it's July 26th, and also that special edition already copped. Like I said before, that special edition is looking really cool, the Warfare edition, and that was $100. I know some places already sold out of it. Best Buy sold out, and they're gonna get restocks. I mean, some people are saying, oh well, they're not sold out for real, they're gonna get restocks, and I know that, guys, but they're sold out for the time being because so many people ordered it, and it's like, yo, we've got to get this, you know, we can't take any more orders, so we know we're gonna get more. We have to go to Nintendo and say, hey, we need some more orders of the game. But this is going to be a huge title. Koei Tecmo helping out is definitely good. It's going to help out with the polish of the game, and I think it's just going to be a better game overall. So what did you guys think about Fire Emblem Three Houses and Koei Tecmo help co-develop the game with Intelligent Systems and Nintendo? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, and moving on to the next topic here. Did you guys know that Holo Knight, the DLC that was supposed to come out, yeah, that's actually going to be a full-blown sequel for the game. So yes, this is something that Team Cherry actually announced recently, that Holo Knight, instead of getting its normal DLC that it was going to get, it's actually getting a sequel called Silksong. And the reason why is because the game became way too big for just DLC, and they just decided to turn it into a brand new game in its own right. Almost like, you guys remember with Super Mario Galaxy? Yeah, Super Mario Galaxy and then Super Mario Galaxy 2. Super Mario Galaxy 2 was just originally supposed to be like a DLC or an add-on for the Wii, but they had so many different ideas and everything. They just said, you know what, let's just go ahead and turn this into a sequel for the game. And that's kind of what happened with Holo Knight. I think the success of the game, I wouldn't say caught them by surprise, but definitely said, yo, like, we didn't expect this, because they also announced that Holo Knight has sold more than 2.8 million copies worldwide. Now, if you've been keeping up with this game, this is a Metroidvania style game, and this title actually was up on like the top 20 for the eShop charts, even at #1 for many weeks. So I would probably say a good portion of that 2.8 million in sales for Holo Knight are on the Nintendo Switch. Now, here's another really cool thing about the game. It's actually coming to Switch first in terms of console exclusivity. So it's going to release on the Switch, and it's also going to release on the PC simultaneously, and then maybe the PS4, Xbox One, maybe the PS5, and the next Xbox will be out at that time. But it's coming to Switch and PC first. So what the developers said about that, like, what's the reason? They said that the Nintendo Switch is fast growing in terms of the install base, and they know that the times change, and they're kind of just trying to catch the trend before they even have to say, okay, let's go ahead and port it over to Switch. The install base is fast rising. Obviously, there's going to be big games this year that help push the install base. By the time that Holo Knight actually comes out, the sequel, Silksong, the Switch install base is probably going to be higher than the Xbox One or near that level. So I think they just said, you know, let's just go ahead and get it out there. Plus, they probably saw the sales ratio. Obviously, this game probably sold the most on the Switch by far. So it just makes sense to do that. But then they also stated that if you back the game, so if you're one of the original backers, like with $10 or more, you actually get Silksong for free on the Switch or the PC. So the developers are doing a great service to the fans out there. That is incredible value and a commitment, because they don't really have to do that. I mean, I know that they did say that the DLC would be free for those who backed it, but I mean, this is a full-blown sequel at this point. So I mean, they could have gave like a discount or something like that, but they just said, nope, you can have the game for free. So shout outs to Team Cherry. Good job on that one. Congratulations on the 2.8 million plus in sales. Probably after this announcement, it's probably going to be 3 million in sales, I think, because it's going to go back on the eShop. People are going to pick that up. So good stuff all around for Team Cherry. Good stuff for Holo Knight, and I have the game myself. I'm about halfway through. I need to still play more of it, beat it, but I'm pretty sure that I'm going to pick up this sequel to the game as well, because I bought the original full price. Looking forward to playing the sequel as well. So what do you guys think about all the different news when it comes to Holo Knight, the sequel, 2.8 million units plus? What do you guys think about that? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, and moving on to the final topic here, guys. We're going to be discussing Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice on the Nintendo Switch. This is a game that many people didn't feel would ever come to the system, especially with Microsoft acquiring Ninja Theory. You just didn't think that Hellblade, looking at the game graphically, looking at what's going on with this title, like, there's no way this is coming. But it seems like it's going to be a pretty decent port on the Nintendo Switch, because the game does support motion controls, and it's ported by the same studio who ported over Dark Souls on the Nintendo Switch as well. So it's pretty cool that the game does support motion controls. That's awesome as well. Kotaku UK has been reporting on some of those things, but I think that with Hellblade, one of the more surprising things about this game, at least to me, is the fact that they even got it up and going this fast. If work started in early 2018, that means this was about a year port for this type of title. I mean, a lot of people talk about how long it takes to port over games and what type of games can come over. I think if Hellblade comes out, and of course, obviously, it's coming out spring, right? So it doesn't seem like there's going to be any issues there. But if it runs well and it still looks 70% as good, or even half to 70% as good as it does on the Xbox One or the PlayStation 4, this pretty much just goes to show you that a lot more stuff can be possible on the Nintendo Switch than originally thought. And on top of that, games do take time to port over, guys. I mean, you're looking at a game like Hellblade and how much content that game has and kind of what's going on there. And it took them a year, you know, it took them a year or so because it's still being worked on. They don't have a final release date in terms of that. So it's just spring. It's a release window. In terms of content-wise, that there isn't going to be any content cut from the game. It's going to come with all of the expansions or DLC or everything. They're not cutting out anything from the game or censoring it in any type of way. So that's actually really good to hear as well. But I'm interested to see how the game is going to run and play from what we just saw. And it's hard because of YouTube and the compression, kind of what's going on to see some of the flaws or stuff like that, or the comparisons. I'm pretty sure there's going to be plenty of Digital Foundry buzz when this game does come out. They're going to compare it to the Xbox One X and all of that 4K patches. Obviously, this game isn't going to look as good as the other systems, but it's cool that a game can still come over. And what a lot of these developers can do can be put on the Switch. And I think that this is a positive sign going forward. And I think that Nintendo and Nvidia are definitely working on what's next as well. So I think that the hybrid format with having this small tiny chip can have a game like Hellblade on there is just amazing. And I can't wait to see the future in terms of what they're going to do with Nvidia and Nintendo because of games like Hellblade coming over, that graphically intense. And then you're looking at stuff like Astral Chain and a lot of the other games that are coming out and just have these beautiful graphics and art styles. So I'm looking forward to it. I think it's pretty cool, and I'm glad that Hellblade is coming over. Even though I'm not the biggest fan of the game, I still think it's cool for those who love it. And I'm an old school Ninja Theory fan, so it's always good to see Ninja Theory have new games and put out their stuff on systems. So it's great to hear about that. So what do you guys think about all the different topics that we discussed here? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, Ninja, that wraps it up for this video here. Go ahead and check out the links in the description below. We got Facebook and Twitter. Go ahead and give us a like and a follow on our social media. Really helps us spread the content of PlayerEssence across the internet, in addition to YouTube. Also, make sure you check out our Patreon, Twitch, and YouTube live gaming pages. Hit that like button if you did like this video. Let me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future. And subscribe to PlayerEssence for the latest RPG, Japanese, and Nintendo gaming news. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you, Ninja, for the next video. Peace.